Greetings and salutations to you people of the interwebs. So last night, the people of Transformers the show, they did the Constructicons dirty. That's the title of this video. It's not clickbait at all. So those who do not know, on Transformers the show, there's a segment called Foreplay. And the theme that's been set up currently is to choose your favourite Transformer who is part of a combiner team. That's part of that combiner team. And on this week, it was the first one of this theme, and it was the Constructicons. So everyone had to choose, who was on the show, had to choose their favourite member of the Constructicons. And the general conclusion came to be that, well, all the Constructicons kind of look the similar, they're green, and they're all a bit boring. Boo! Boo, I say! Let's talk Constructicons, right? We'll go Scrapper first. Scrapper did get some love. He was Andy's choice. Scrapper is normally the leader of the group. He is the foreman. He is the one who, when a task is given by Megatron, he can look at that task, he can break that down, he can then delegate the tasks and give to his subordinates the best task that the profile or skills suit. So he'll play to his teammates' strengths and he'll play to the weaknesses to get the job done. He has some rudimentary engineering skills, not as much as some of the other members of the team that we'll get to, but he is multi-talented. He is, the jack of all trades, but the guy who can delegate and make sure tasks are done. And that's what makes Scrapper a cool, a collected leader. Maybe a bit too cold and collected, but that's because he's Decepticon, and Decepticons are evil. So, talking of evil, let's go to the second leg, Mixmaster, who, while funny, Pete, he isn't a DJ. He isn't a DJ. Mixmaster is a chemist. He is the group's mad scientist. That drum does not just mix cement. That is the disguise. This is a cement mixer. The actual drum mixes all kinds of weird chemicals, acids and solvents, that kind of stuff, whatever's needed for the mission. The guy is a bit loopy, is a bit off his head because, maybe he drinks some of those concoctions that he makes. But he is still a very talented chemist and makes him a very interesting member of the Constructicons. So we'll go up to Long Haul. Now, Long Haul may be the most boring of the Constructicons, but that's kind of his thing. Long Haul is the hard worker. He is the one who can, basically, as his name states, he can haul things for a long time. He is the hardest worker of the group, but he kind of is a courier. He moves things from A to B, and he does it very, very well. He's very effective at just shifting stuff along and working harder than anyone else in the group. However, he is just a bit bored of that. He wishes he was a frontline combatant, but he's not. But when he is, when push comes to shove, that superior carrying capacity can make some superior turning people into carrying capacity. That's Long Haul. He's a big chunky carrying guy. Again, when we're getting to the physical brutes of the Constructicons, we have to talk about Bone Crusher. Bone Crusher, as well as having one of the most metal names in Transformers. I mean, he was called Bone Crusher on Cybertron before even the Transformers knew what bones were. Bone Crusher! Yeah, he is the thug of the group. He is the stupid one. He is the "I say it's a wish of all of the fittest" memorable line from the Transformers the movie. But yeah, he's the thug. And sometimes you need that grunt, hard, grunty, stupid, little, big, strong sidekick dude. And that's the role that Bone Crusher sakes, what a name. Come on, how is a name like Bone Crusher not interesting? Then we have Scavenger. Scavenger is, well, Scavenger tries hard. He is the guy who he can find stuff. He can find, as the name would suggest, Bob Uniewski, he had a name, and then he kind of put the name to the task. His scoop can do metal detection, and if you need to find resources, Scavenger is your guy. But he also feels like he doesn't contribute enough, and he's a bit of a puppy dog, and he wants approval, and he wants people to go, there, Scavenger, good job. And so we'll just turn up with like rotten car parts and stuff like that he's just found on the street that he found interesting, and hopes, look, here's a fun little rock that I found, and hope that people like him. They don't always like him because it's just basically bringing people broken chew toys. But yeah, that little box-faced moron is kind of got some real weird, like, adorable little characteristics. And then on the top, because that's where it likes to be, we have Hook. Hook is like holding a dark mirror against Grapple. He is the perfectionist. He is the snob. He is the artiste amongst the Constructicons. He likes to he likes to construct things, as the name would suggest, of the Constructicons. And but he does have that dark twist of kind of Decepticonness that, I could make this out of other Transformers body parts, whereas Grapple is after making these grand, elegant Crystal City erections that will be known across all of Cybertron. Hook is more about making this perfect utilitarian engine of destruction that will be known all across Cybertron, with some artistic flair to it. But he is about, making a somewhat more morbid side of art. And that's why all 6 Constructicons, we're not going to go into the outlier Constructicon choices that you can have, because if you're looking at those 6 and you're thinking about how actually cool they are, not boring and uninteresting, how cool they all are, and then you have to go, oh yeah, Scope was a guy in the comics, then you failed the assignment, haven't you? Really? Well, they had Prowl. Yeah, the IDW did. It was a cool bit of story, and it's a cool bit of knowledge to have. But the 6 original Constructicons are all 6 characters with their own merits that I don't think you need to stray far from that path. Now, this is all just a little bit of fun. Why do I sound so menacing? This is all just a bit of fun. But I'm warning you. I'm warning. No. I just want to set the record straight and say, you know what, guys? The Constructicons are okay. Join me next time when your silly little decisions you make on a Friday night will come under my magnifying glass and I will destroy them. No, well, we might have more little things to say. Who knows? Until the next time, be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes. And because you deserve it, let's touch space across the screens with a Bisto! Fisto!